Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Ashita No Joe, episode 30, the big 30, and Joe is on his way to get a B class license. He's gonna skip right over that C class and head straight for class B. Why? Because he met some dude who's doing better than he is and decided, you know what, I'm gonna do better than that guy. Joe went out last episode to do some errands, to wander around with his free time, and he used that free time to identify an enemy, pursue him with great vigor, and create enmity between them. All leading to him finding the motivation to seek out a Class B license and deciding that's the way that he's gonna go with things. After all, he's better than all these fucking people. He's better than these losers who practice and train. Bleh! He's gonna beat them. So, we now have a pretty cool character who I actually like, seems pretty honorable, seems down to box, seems like all about his club and his community and his like long-term goals and well-structured paths, whereas Joe is like, I want to fight somebody. Let me fight somebody. And he's found somebody who's willing to fight him. He's found it. So, now Joe's going to head into whatever system makes B class licenses happen and deal with whatever the fuck he has to deal with. In my mind, the only thing that happens in a licensing sort of situation is you throw the guy into a ring with another guy at the same level as he is and see how they do. You know, maybe it'll be the winner gets the license, or maybe it'll be something along the lines of if you show your stuff and prove that you're a relatively good boxer, license given, don't need to KO the other person or anything like that. But I don't really know. I forgot to turn off my AC. There's probably some extra noise in the beginning of this video, but whoops. I don't know how this is going to play out. I did have a couple of interesting thoughts about the last episode. One was regarding Joe's seeming need to find an obstacle in order to generate his own identity. I don't know if this will continue to be solidified, but I had this idea at the end of the last episode. Joe kind of ends up sort of lost, and in that lost, he has the opportunity to do all sorts of different things, and the thing that he is compelled to do is go and find an enemy, because that's what invigorates him. Having a wall to climb, having something to push up against, gives Joe that feeling like he's got what he needs to move forward. Does that make some kind of sense? And from that, I came to the conclusion in the last episode that maybe that's how Joe structures his identity, is in opposition to particular things. And I've thought about it for a little while now, and I think that it's like a mixed bag. There are parts of that are really strong. I think that it is materially true in some ways that you don't know how strong you are, how big you are, where the bounds of your ability to move through the world, like literally physically, but also emotionally, spiritually, if you will. It's very hard to figure out where those are unless you find something solid to push up against, and then you figure out where your limits are. You can do this in exercise, endurance, lifting heavy things, pushing stuff, but also mental endurance, focus, things like that, coming up against those boundaries where you can't go any further, or those literal enemies, if you will, where you can't beat that person at that thing, lets you know where you actually are, and that's a really powerful way to form your identity. However, I think that as you build out those external boundaries, like this is as far as I can go in all these directions, there's a potential to leave the center empty, to leave a core of who am I outside of all of the things that I'm not, all of the things that I can't do, all of the places where I push up against the boundaries and find them solid. Who am I in the center of that when I'm not pushing those boundaries, when I'm not trying to expand? Where do I come back to at the center? Do I have a place of internal stability, a place of internal peace? And for me, I think of this in like meditative terms, an ability to come back to silence, an ability to be comfortable with self, to have an identity at the core of that. It's like, who am I outside of, well, I'm not this, I'm anti this, I'm against all of these things. Yeah, but what are you for? There are a lot of things that you can stand up against, a lot of things that you can fight against, but what do you fight for? What is the core of you that you are like as you expand those boundaries, you never lose sight of that central piece of yourself, that internal fire, or however you want to envision it or imagine it. Who's that at the center? And that's a real question for Joe. There are some elements, there are some pieces that might be that person, but when I think about it in those terms, a lot of Joe's identity is about those boundaries, as far as he can go in different directions, and how far he can push, and what pushes back against him. And the identity of Joe is very much found around that boundary of his persona, where it presses up against the rest of the world, and the rest of the world pushes back. Whether that's with Dante or Nishi, or with police officers, or with society, or with prison, or with all of these things, Joe pushes up against the world and the world pushes back, and Joe gets sort of stuck in those places or tries to fight up against them. But where does he come to at the center? Where's Joe's core? If everything were to be taken away from pressure, outside opportunity, external forces of like pain and fear and loss and not getting where you want to be going, what does Joe have at that center? I think he has the ocean. I think he has the waves. I think he has the desire to grow, something like that. But I'm not really sure. And I think that we've characterized him really interestingly in the last couple of episodes down that line. And I'd be really interested to see if his conflict now brewing with this new character and his move into the boxing world gives us any more information on that front. Okay, I think that's my sort of emotional thematic spiel here at the beginning. Let me draw something, and then we'll get into episode 30 of Ashita no Joe. Okay, I'm going to experiment with a slightly new tool today. I've been using Sakura Micron's Pigma Microns for a little bit, but I got myself a little pack of their brush pens, which I haven't used before. I scribbled some stuff with them and realized how they kind of work, but I've never really used these before. They seem really neat, and I wanted something a little bit thicker for like darker lines and inking and stuff than just like sketching over stuff with the Sakura Microns over and over and over and over, because that takes way too long. And also my black Ohuhu marker is like totally dead. So I wanted some more markers. I have to find some ink to refill the Ohuhu one. Anyway, let me draw a little thing. Gosh, this is a really fun pen to work with. It's really fun. I feel like I have a lot of control, but also like I could easily make mistakes. Like just a little bit too much pressure and I get darker stuff than I really want. Then if I'm even, I can create really interesting. This is cool. Sort of just having fun at this point, so. It doesn't smear either. It's really nice. Okay, I would love to just darken literally everything around the teeth that I've drawn, but I don't want to waste all the ink to make that happen. So I think I'm just going to use a thicky pencil and darken it a little bit. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Joe's got them hungry wolf jaws. All right, let's go ahead and watch episode 30 and see what obstacles Joe comes up against in his pursuit of a B-class license. 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, early access on the Patreon, beep timer to count you down. Let's go. Okay, where are we? What are we doing? Is this the tryout sign up place? Is this the thing? I think it is. Oh, yep. Yeah. I'm already there. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's how this works. Oh. Is Nishi also going for a class B? Or is he doing the right thing and going for class C? 2 steps at a time. Gorgeous cuts. Whoa. The ordeal of the protest. All right, we're doing it. Okay, Joe, don't come in and make enemies. Don't come in and just make enemies, please. Anything other than that. Just stick to yourself. Be quiet. Chill the fuck out. You do. Nishi's so sad. Shit. No. No. Joe. Joe, what are you doing? Okay, thank you, Nishi, for being a polite and human person. Yeah. Glad Danpei's here to thwack him with the stick a little bit. Oh, damn it. Okay. Testing time. I believe in you, Nishi. I believe in you too, Speed Racer. Okay, Speed Racer. It's like the Macross uniform. Gambarundazo! Number 2. Number 26. Ah, number 27. Oh. Everybody's nervous. Hey, there he is. Who's waiting for him? He's never met him. Yeah, you kind of suck. You're not good enough, dude. I'm just letting you know, man, you're not good enough. Poke, 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 poke. He's just poking him. They're gonna end up in the ring together, right? Like, that's our setup. Oh, we didn't see what Inagaki's number was. Shut the fuck up. He's nodding like, oh, yes, I understand. Your mind and technique. Written test! Okay, I was wondering if there would be. I thought we just had to fight. What about the rules, man? It's gotta be about the rules, right? You were like, yes, yes, You know? Damn, Joe, you're just mean. Don't cheat off him, dude. Don't cheat off Nishi. Don't cheat off Nishi. Hmm. He's gonna have no idea, is he? So nobody prepared him for this, right? At all? You got a Dabe. Yeah, cut that shit out. He's so excited. Ah, it's still pretty light. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think it's that last one. I don't think that's right, bro. Doshite. Because they're not. Mmm. 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 I didn't know that. Avoidance, blocking. I don't know. Oh no. Offense? Hitotsu? Didn't you learn about the turtle? Come on, Joe. You know better than that. Shit. Well, he's toast. He's toast. He's buttered toast. It's a fun way of telling us, the audience, this stuff. Oh, evading, blocking. Oh, duck. Oh, okay. But what about just blocking? Doesn't count? Okay. None of that's a trick, Joe. There's a little gnat. Fuck. Mm, 3, right? uh, no, you get knocked down enough times, it's a TKO, bro. Oi, oi. Well, I mean, he's instantly out, right? Even if he succeeds at the not written. Yeah. Not a man born to take tests. That's a very kind way of putting it. Shit. And he's getting chastised too. He's got to feel really down. Yeah, nobody taught him. Yeah, you've never boxed like boxing. Oh, he's getting it. He's feeling ashamed too. Ah. I'll just be so good in the physical portion, right? Damn, it's really pushing down on him. Is that him? Is that him? We haven't shown his number yet. Okay, never mind. What is gonna happen? Why would they call the two of them unless they suspect that they cheated or something? Oh. Hmm. All right, Snape. I don't see the number. I think he succeeded wildly. What? He didn't even find out how his score went. No, I didn't hear you at all. Fought is a strong word for Wolf Kanagushi, but okay. We'll go with fought. And you failed the written test. Yeah, that's me. That's me. I don't think that's the case. Ah. Haka baka baka baka. Baka 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 baka. This whole episode is Joe acts arrogant as fuck. I wonder if he's gonna get put in the dirt because of it. Let's go, Nishi. Mammoth! Let's go, Mammoth! Mammoth Nishi, Mammoth Nishi. Come on, Nishi, don't run away. You got this. This guy's got no aim. Let him fight his own fight. Yeah, he was dodging all of them. Nishi's doing great. This guy's swinging big haymakers. He's gonna just tire out. He's playing a strategy, man. Nani? But I thought the only defense was a good offense. You really don't know anything, do you? Dude, learn. Listen. Let's go, Nishi. Let's go, Nishi. He's got him. He's got him. Mammoth, mammoth. At the end of this, Joe's gonna be like, my great coaching totally helped you. Ah, my job as coach is done. Well, Nishi, aren't you glad? I was there to support you? I think so. I wouldn't guarantee shit like that, Joe. Okay, we're moving straight to it. Oh, is that him? And the other? Yeah, of course it is. How could it be anyone else? Bam, bam, bam. He's already put him down before. We know he's a lot better than Joe. Okay, so now we have what? The second half of the episode? We only have 7 minutes? Okay, this has to go fast. Now you gotta do it with style, man. I don't think Inagaki is worried, dude. I don't think he's worried at all. Heh. That's fair. Climb a big mountain and you end up really high. You're an idiot, Joe. Okay, you know better than this, at least. He's got him. Got him toasted. Well, that's a down. Are we gonna build up to the 3 downs? Okay, it's counting as a slip, so it's not counted as a full down, right? Whoa. This is great. The way that those cuts are all arranged is really great. Maybe. No way. No chance. Heh. What are you it's not the cross counter, is it? I hope that's not all he has. Is he just standing there with no guard? He's doing his little hunch over thing. Yep. Fucking Joe. I got weird vibes now. Is he inviting him for a cross counter? Is it a trap, though? He's not moving. Okay, he thinks it's an opportunity. And he's in. Oh, never mind. Still smiling. Oh my god, he found the opportunity. Just letting him, getting his guard down, and then stop a sequence. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Joe refused to stop. He's still fucking going. Oh, shit. Nishi, please grab him. Holy shit, he hit him in the back of the head. Nishi, please. Joe, you're gonna kill somebody. Victory. Uh. Uh. Hell yeah. He's like, hell yeah, I did. Oops. He's not dead. Yeah. I'm sorry, did he kill him? I'm gonna watch the preview. What? So that doesn't indicate at all that he killed him. Did he kill him? I'm gonna full Google it. I do not do this for stuff like this. I'm going to straight up Google it. He thinks he had killed him. He did not kill him. That's what I wanted to clear up there because the preview didn't make it very clear, and we sort of ended on this like, did he actually kill Inagaki cliffhanger? No, he didn't kill him. Okay. That's what I really needed to know there at the very end. I feel a little bit weird about going and looking that up because like the real thing to do would be to watch the next episode. But sometimes the way that Joe works out is that it doesn't explain things that happened in the previous episode. So I was uncertain of that. It is important to me to know whether Joe actually killed this guy or not. He thinks he did. And so the like emotions that he displays at the end of that are a little fucking scary because he's still in that sort of giggle mode. Like, I mean, I guess it's happened. Just is what it is. It's really fucking bad, but it is what it is. It's happened. That's spooky. Outside of that big question at the end, the episode is pretty fucking straightforward. Joe is in way over his head in terms of going for this B-class license. Nishi pulls back and goes for the C-class and manages to swing it without too much trouble. And Joe goes for it full stop, gets into the fight that we expect from him. It begins to go about the way that we expect until Joe does his sort of sneaky Joe thing, drops his guard completely, invites the opponent, takes a few hits, and then finds an opportunity once his opponent's guard is down to lay into him and doesn't let up. Like, once Joe finds that opportunity, he is a whirlwind of punches that, yeah, he'd be down to kill somebody. Like, he's not thinking, he's just acting, he's just attacking. Man, That's a bit scary, yeah? It's a bit scary. It's like, it's a complete willingness to go beyond the bounds of what the sport allows, beyond the boundaries of what's considered acceptable. Because Joe doesn't really, he's trying to push those boundaries constantly, kind of. Man. Okay. So we open with a couple of really nice running upstairs scenes from Joe. I do really like them. I think they're great. One's too excited and one's too nervous. I sure hope nothing goes wrong. Yeah, well, these are some cool scenes. Running up the stairs and stuff. Some cool scenes. Unique feels. Speaking of a unique feeling in the episode, it turns out that last episode, which I had mentioned kind of felt sort of weirdly Gundam-y. It makes perfect sense that it would feel Gundam-y. It was directed by Yoshiyuki Tomino. And I guess on that note, I'd like to know who directed this episode as well, just for fun. Okay, animation director is Shingo Araki, and episode director is Hiroshi Saito. Okay, next Tomino episode will be 33. Cool. I just realized that I drew, like, bared fangs for this, the drawing for this episode, and it ends up really fitting. Joe ends up in this almost predatory chase mode. If you've ever seen a cat go after a lizard or, like, really be locked in on prey, or even wildlife documentaries of, like, lions chasing antelopes or whatever, there's something about this fight portion that feels kind of like that. Like he's a little bit on the back foot, a little bit on the back foot, and then he engages predation mode, and he is an attacker. He is a hungry, crazed aggressor. Yeah, it fits the drawing a little bit. All the folks, Joe does exactly what he's done before and kind of like befriends people in a really antagonistic way. Hey, Nishi, you guys could be fighting. Check it out. And they're like polite and normal, and Joe's just a dickhead. Don't be so stiff. It's not like you're going to be marrying each other. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Don Page just like, oh, God, what have I done? I'm leaving Joe alone with all these people. He's going to do something stupid. So we do the test. Yeah. He's so fucking excited. Good to have Inagaki here. Poor guy gets his face beat in. And he needles him. You're not actually good enough for this, right? Is basically what he says. And from that, let's just state this outright. The episode is super straightforward. Everybody is like, hey, Joe, you don't belong here. You're going to fail this test and you're dumb. You're stupid. You are not supposed to be here. Get the fuck out. Even Nishi is worried about him. And then it's Joe pushing back and poking everybody else in turn, being like, haha, not a chance. And pokes and needles him back. Are you actually at a pro level? Nah, you're just student discount card. He just wants to talk trash. Nodding along. And then like, wait, a written test? That's crazy. Why would we do that? Why do we need to know about the rules? I thought he was going to cheat. I thought what we were going to do is he was going to cheat and then get caught for cheating, and we'd end up in some complications because of that. 118 pounds. So Joe weighs just a little bit less than I do. I wonder how tall Joe is supposed to be. I guess I could probably look it up. Official lore states he is 5'5" early on and experiences a growth spurt to 5'7" by the time of his later fights. Okay, so 5'5" puts him at exactly my height. So Joe is my height and a few pounds lighter than I am. Okay, that tracks. And tracks with his physical build as well. He probably has a little less muscle in his legs than I do, because that's somewhere that I like built up a lot of weight. So I've got a little bit too much muscle in my legs compared to my upper body. But Joe and I are pretty much in the same weight range and probably similar strength to weight ratios. So that's interesting to be able to place his size and like, you know, it's hard when it's an anime character and you're seeing them on screen. It's actually even hard with real human people, you know, you're seeing like MMA fighters and stuff, just because of cameras and the way that they distort angles and things like that. It's hard to tell how big people really are. Yeah, it was just boxing questions, no problem. Oh, cool. So what did you write for the fouls? 3 wrong answers. God damn it. I did think biting might be one of them. I don't know. I didn't know that it was hitting. I had no idea. Low blows I should have freaking known. Those aren't the fouls. Beneath the belt. Okay, I just want to mention this. this is a portion that teaches us, the audience, what the fouls in boxing are, right? How cool is that? This is very clever. My biggest pet peeve in exposition is when two characters who already know something say the thing to each other for no reason. They're sitting across a coffee shop table. They're like, "Wow, boxing's so cool. Would you tell me the 3 rules of boxing? I already know them, but tell me anyway, so that the audience can hear." But instead, Joe's an idiot and doesn't know, so we have to have somebody explain it to him like he's 5. And that's what we need as an audience, is somebody to explain it to us like we're 5. And so we end up doing that, and we get these little visuals for it, and it's excellent. I think it's great. Oh man, so foolish. Yeah, 3 correct ways of defense? Haha, no worries. Attack! And everybody laughs. Everybody laughs. Nishi knows his stuff, and Joe doesn't. How many times can he fall over? As many as he wants. Nope, doesn't know at all. This might be the most important line of the episode, I think. And it sort of maybe cements the rest of the episode, or ties it all in. You really are a man born to fight. These rules and regulations and stuff, they're not what you're for. You might have to deal with them, learn them, understand them, and adhere to them in order to fight within boxing, but Joe's a wild animal. Joe's a predator. Joe's a lion, a wolf, a stray dog. He is born to fight, and not fight with rules, but scrap, teeth, claw, fur, flying, all the works. He is an animal. He is born to fight. And I think that's exactly right. And it's that element of him that gets kind of triggered and brought up to the surface in the fight that we actually have in this episode. Your innate fighting instinct caused you to get all 3 questions wrong, but it also makes you a great fighter, but it also makes you very dangerous, including to yourself. Basic rule. But I don't blame you for not knowing. You've been boxing without learning the rules, and Nishi's really sad here. And with Rikishi, it doesn't matter how many times you fall down. As long as you knock him down for good, you win. All you've done so far is recklessly rough, self-styled boxing. You really don't know or understand the rules. And Joe starts actually internalizing this. He starts being like, "Okay, I get it. I'm sorry. You don't have to keep berating me over how dumb I am." And Nishi's actively trying to help him. You should pick up a book, study this shit. This is you actually don't have the foundations. Oh shit. Joe gets angry about that. It reminds me a lot of him tearing up the initial tomorrow notes, and that's sort of the answer that's in play here, to me at least, is no, Joe, you've learned, you've realized at one point in time that reading a thing can teach you things. You just have to connect that. You have to click those together. Now, reading a book won't make you stronger, and everybody laughs. Everybody laughs because they know, that's not true. That's not true. This is where we get our information and our knowledge. 0 points, and then they get called out. He starts really it's a fun little sequence of Joe flipping out on everybody. Just kind of goofy, but not great for his mental. Why do they call Nishi in, I wonder? I don't really know. So he wants to give up on the B class, move to C. Joe refuses. I want to go B class. B class is a breeze! And I have the track record that I need. Are you the Street Fighter? Yeah. In fact, I'm holding back by going for B class. I should be a super pro right away. Okay, Nishi's fight is awesome. I like seeing Nishi fight. I think it's cool. I think it's doubly cool because he's so much more strategic and in many ways more capable. If Joe's a wild animal, Nishi is a large beast who, like a gentle giant, who has had to learn, yeah? Has had to really learn it. What a dramatic jump from his place as gang leader in prison, you know? But Joe yells at him to hit him back, and he doesn't understand that boxing is a strategic game, too. You don't just have to attack. Watch what's actually happening. What is Nishi actually doing? He's dodging, he's keeping a guard, he's evading, he's doing perfectly. You're too amped up, right? You're not even paying attention to what's going on in the ring. He's not running. He's not really running, and you don't really know anything, do you? And this serves to, like, increase the tension between these two as well. Joe's getting angrier and angrier at him, or at least feeling like they're enemies, you know? Nishi lays into him, and it's all over from there. He's got him. And Joe's incredibly amped about this, incredibly excited. Punches him in the stomach a bunch. Heh, you're guaranteed to pass. All right, and the only test that we care about is these two. He's got the footwork, he's got the moves, he's got the shadow boxing. You're fucked, Joe. He's way better than you. So what are you gonna do? No worries. The fact that he's a bigger mountain for me to climb just means I'm gonna get there faster. I'm gonna get where I'm going faster. The bigger the wall, the bigger the obstacle, the better. Yeah. It doesn't go that way. Joe makes a fool of himself. He's flailing, yeah? He looks worse than the guy who was fighting against Nishi. And Inagaki does exactly what he said Nishi was doing. He judges him. He finds his opportunities. He dodges when he has to. We get these cool following tracer lines around him, which is kind of fun. And then he lays into him. Run, Joe, run! Damn it. He slips. Gets pulled to his corner, pushes the ref off, and is already locked in, already a violent creature, yeah? This sequence is great. The way these are locked together, the sort of, the cut, how do I put it? The, like, rapidity of cuts, or the spaces between cuts, they're kind of chaotic. It's cool. I like it. It's always next time, so quit now. Nah, no chance. I'll just show them my trump card. No worries, wait and see. His trump card is this. No guard. Just his little hunched bullshit. Come at me. An invitation. One that you can't really turn down. And then he takes the punches, too. It's not just an instant cross counter or anything like that. He just takes the punches. He lets him hit him. And there's a smile on his face each time. And then he overcommits. We do it like frame by frame. It's planned out, like in the animation. We slow it down, and Joe smiles. Drops under. Finds his first blow. Nani? And now he's got a big upper. Yeah. Big upper straight. Knocks the mouthpiece out. And from then, it's just a slam down, right? Like, Joe is not guarding. Joe is not placing his punches intentionally. Joe is swinging. Joe is a monster, and his teeth are bared. And he doesn't stop. And that's the part that makes this worse or scarier, is a rope down, which is like he's down, but he's against the ropes, I assume. And Joe is a maniacal monster with blood on his hands, pushes the ref off, and goes back in. This is the face. That's the face that we've been looking for. This is the monster. Out through the ring, and Joe doesn't stop. Don't run away, you bastard. And we get real fear for his life in Inagaki. Please help me, please help me. And he nails him in the back of the head and puts him down. And while I've looked this up, and it seems that he has not died from this, that is a death blow. That is a death blow. That sort of punch to the back of the head can kill you, especially if you're in this position over the floor. That can absolutely kill you. In multiple ways. So that's bad. That's bad. Direct punches to the back of the head are no fucking joke. Save me. And he's on top of him again. Please stop, please stop. And eventually people pull him away, and Inagaki is left close to lifeless on the floor. Hey, ref, what's wrong? Start the count. And he goes completely cold. Do you think Joe would cop an ASPD diagnosis in the modern day? I think he might. 100% he'd go in for conduct disorder. Because that's like an easier one to grab as like a diagnostic criteria. Let me check. So ASPD when we think of psychopathy and sociopathy, those all fall under the umbrella of antisocial personality disorder as an actual um, um, diagnostic framework. There is no recognized diagnosis for sociopath anymore. It used to be, I think, but in the DSM and such, it's no longer that. It's ASPD. I want to go look at the criteria for ASPD. Pervasive pattern of disregard for the rights of others, starting by age 15. So immediately, Joe's not available for the diagnosis because he's not 18 yet. The diagnosis requires that these criteria started happening before age 15 and that the individual is currently 18 years old. However, let's go over them anyway because while the age line is important, the criteria can still be there, right? So at least 3 of the following 7 criteria must be met. Failure to conform to social norms, repeatedly performing acts that lead to arrest. Yes. Deceitfulness, frequently lying using aliases or conning others for personal gain or pleasure. I think no. Impulsivity, I'll count 1 for failure to conform. Impulsivity or failure to plan, acting spontaneously without forethought. Yep. Irritability and aggressiveness, engaging in repeated physical fights or assaults. Yep. Reckless disregard for the safety of self or others, taking part in dangerous activities without concern for consequences. I think that gets at least a half a check mark for me. Consistent irresponsibility, regularly failing to maintain steady work or meet financial obligations. It's hard to say because he's only recently had the opportunity. We'll call it a no, but I think that the idea consistent irresponsibility absolutely fits, just the specifics of it don't quite. And finally, lack of remorse, showing indifference to or justifying having hurt, mistreated, or stolen from somebody else. Yep. Yeah. Egocentrism, lack of empathy, antagonism as a whole mix. Yeah, I think he would cop the diagnosis. I think Joe would be on the way to it at the very least. It's a little scary. Are you insane? You did something terrible. You even chased him out of the ring and continued hitting him. He does experience remorse here. Sort of. It's weird, because it's like, what do you mean you think you're gonna kill him? What are you gonna do? Well, it's too late for that. It's already happened. Hey man, please forgive me. But this looks awful. Smile, this really is bad, and everybody's terrified because Joe's not acting right. Right? His attitude in this circumstance doesn't line up. He's acting strange. Now, there's no it doesn't make sense to use psychological diagnoses on fictional characters except in order to understand the character better and understand like what's gone into him. Do I think that the people who wrote Joe believed that they were writing a character with certain diagnostic criteria? Absolutely not. But they were trying to write a particular type of person. And I think that type of person is someone who exists on the fringes, who doesn't really understand the rules in the first place. And I think that's part of what the test demonstrates to us, not just within the realm of boxing, but within the realm of all of society. Joe's always been on the outskirts, living his reckless, rough and tumble life, not just in boxing, but in everything. And he doesn't necessarily actually know what the rules are. He's got some inklings of certain things about right and wrong, but some things don't line up in ways because he doesn't seem to have been taught them. And so a question comes to my mind whether these aspects of Joe are inherent, innate, part of who he is as a genetic entity, how he was born, how his brain is structured, or are they nurture related and are there opportunities for him to change and grow and become more of a whole emotional person with a core, with a core of love and care for the people around him that he really cares about, and some internal understanding that the lives and rights of other people matter and aren't something that you can just take away from them on a whim. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is boxing and the rules that are required for you to be a boxer that will enable Joe to start playing by the rules a little bit more and understanding what it means to be a part of the society, a part of the community. I don't know. This is a very, well, it's a shocking action from Joe. And it's not only not the first time that he's almost harmed somebody, Seriously. It happened just a couple episodes ago to somebody that he cares about immensely. He punched Danpei down the stairs. And we had a similar terrifying moment where Joe becomes apologetic, but that doesn't change the moment of outrage and the moment of getting caught up in the moment and the fervor. He's not able to trigger that before the fact and prevent his own actions. And that's what makes him really dangerous. Scary guy. Scary animal. Can he be a little more domesticated? A little less dangerous to the people around him? We'll have to wait till next time to find out. Okay, thanks for watching this episode of Joe with me. This is a little bit of a spooky one, but hey, he definitely won the fight in so many words. We'll see if that's enough for them to... I think the preview indicated that he's actually going to get the license, so I guess that'll be enough for him to get his license and become a very scary boxer. Well, I don't know if anybody's going to want to fight, except Rikishi Toru. Okay, thanks so much for watching this episode with me. I'll catch you next week for the next one. Much love. Peace.